Welcome to more Fanime. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be reviewing chapter 1098 of the One Piece manga. Oh yeah. And man, it's depressing. It's one of the saddest stories to come out of the One Piece storyline. To be honest with you, out of all the flashbacks to ever happen, this has got to be in the top three, like saddest, like one of the darkest stories for sure. Oh yeah, I feel real bad for Kuma, and you can almost understand why he wanted to become an emotionless cyborg. Like, who would want to remember that kind of pain? Like, have you seen that Jim Carrey movie? Spotless Mind or Sunshine, Spotless something, some shit like that. But in that movie, he gets his memories erased, his sad memories erased. And I can kind of see why old Kuma wanted his pain removed, you know, and that's fucked up. And I get it now. Fuck. Damn. What happened to Guinea, the love of Kuma's life, a character we just met in this flashback, a character that we didn't even know existed about, like 2 months ago, is now like a character we all care about. That's the genius of Oda here in chapter 1098. Everything we predicted was wrong. I had no idea. A celestial dragon took Guinea, which makes so much sense, because if you remember old Bonnie, it took me a minute, I was like, Ginny, no, Bonnie, she stopped Zoro from attacking a celestial dragon who was trying to make a woman his wife, and that's exactly what happened to her mom. I don't know if she knew that, I doubt it. I think she just recently found that out, but it's kind of crazy. I think Oda has been planning this for a very long time. I think Oda has had Kuma's backstory locked and loaded at least since Sabaody. I think he's had this sad backstory in his back pocket, ready to pull out when the time has come. Oh my goodness. Guinea being taken by a celestial dragon that was not named. It could literally be anybody, and I kind of hope it isn't named, because I don't want a character that I hate so much. But it also does so much for the idea that just because your parent, like, so Bonnie's parent was a celestial dragon, doesn't mean Bonnie's a piece of shit. Just because Bonnie is related to celestial dragons doesn't mean that she needs to be, you know, burned at the stake like she's some kind of witch. No. Anybody can be terrible. Like, there are terrible people in all groups, and it's just fucked up, man. I don't know what else to say about what happened to Guinea. It's sad. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get into the story beats of chapter 1098. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Chapter begins, you know, we see Kuma doing his revolutionary army shiz. They're helping the Goa kingdom. They're fighting different wars on different fronts. Kuma's fighting his ass off, using his pawpaw fruit to jump from island to island to help the fight. Oh my goodness, what a soldier Kuma is. Kuma finds out that Guinea was taken. Man, and it's just so sad. It's just so sad to see so much emotion coming out of those eyes of Kuma's. 2 years after Guinea was taken, because they had no way of saving her apparently, and I get that, because I mean she was taken to Mary Joie, fucking the top of the red line. This is the beginning of the freedom fighters. They don't have that kind of manpower. They just recently attacked Mary Joie. They were not ready for that, and Guinea was not prepared to escape. She was forced to have a child. Maybe more. There could be another relative to Bonnie that we don't know about. But she got away. She was removed. She took her daughter with her, Bonnie, She ended up getting sick with this like weird blue scale disease where like your skin turns hard as stone. And then she goes all the way home to the church. She gives a nice phone call ski to old Kuma and Ivankov and Dragon, and he's just like, hey, I'm sorry I got captured, but hell, I got sick and now I'm free. What a lucky person I am. And Kuma's like, where are you? What can I do? I need to get to you. She's like, no, I'm dying, but I love you. But before he can even hear her say I love you, fucking Kuma blips himself over to the church, sees her dead body and her cradling a baby, which is baby Bonnie, which, by the way, we now know Bonnie is like 12 years old. So all of those hypersexual positions that she was put into throughout the manga is kind of messed up, Oda. What a tease. What a weird tease for Oda to be doing. Maybe it was to throw us off based on her age. But she's like 12 or 13 years old. So we had her original state must have been the version of her who stopped Zoro from killing St. Charlos, which is just nutso butso. Then later, Kuma decides to be the adopted daddy to old Bonnie, but then eventually Bonnie grows up and she's flipping people off, all this fun stuff. My favorite panel from this chapter was Bonnie flipping these kids off for teasing her. We find out that she's got the same disease as her mom, this dragon scale disease, this weird stone disease, and she can't go outside. The sun makes it worse, and it accelerates the disease. Multiple doctors see Bonnie. We find out she won't make it to her 10th birthday, but she thinks that she'll be healed by her 10th birthday because that's what she thinks she heard. It's a bunch of shiz. And you just don't know what's going to happen here with Kuma, and Bonnie's got to be protected. She can't even go out into the sun. She's some kind of vampire. She's being... Kuma leaves the Revolutionary Army to give Bonnie full care as her adopted daddy. And that's some commitment, if you ask me. Oh my goodness. And the chapter ends with the citizens of Sorbet coming up to Kuma saying, yo, the evil tyrant king is back. I don't know how Kuma let that happen, but he's back and he's slaughtering citizens. So I think Kuma's going to go out there with some rage and just hand him his ass. You could only hope so. Kuma deserves a little bit of, anger management right now because he's probably feeling it. He's probably sad in all certain ways. I mean, there's a panel in this chapter where Bonnie calls Kuma daddy, and it's just the cutest thing in the whole world. And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter that she's related to the celestial dragons. It does not matter. She's a little child. That the sins of the father should not matter. I mean, what if the bloodline, like, we don't know. She might be related to the God's Knights, or even she might be like sister to Charlos. Like, what if we found out that Charlos was Bonnie's older brother? Wouldn't that blow your fucking mind? I mean, we all hate Charlos. We all agree he's a piece of shit, but he grew up in a world that told him he was great, and I get that. I do. I get it. He's been deluded by his generations of fuckery that is the celestial dragons. What's going to happen next? I feel like we have maybe one more chapter of this flashback, maybe a chapter and a half, and then we're hopping back into the Egghead Island where Kuma's going to show up and save the fucking day. I think for sure Saturn's going to die and Kuma's going to kill him. What if Saturn is Bonnie's dad? Whoa, no wonder he wanted to save her, being a celestial dragon and whatnot. Jesus, I don't think anybody predicted that she was part celestial dragon, which is just nutso-butso. And I do not know what's going to happen next. All I do know is Kuma's going to get a little bit of revenge. He's going to save his daughter. He's going to save the Straw Hat crew. The crew I miss oh so dearly. I miss the Straw Hat crew so much. It's been only, 3 or 4 chapters of this flashback, but God, I could only imagine the week-to-week grind during the Kozuki Oden flashback that went down. Even though that is a beautiful flashback, I got to read it as a whole chunk. While a lot of people had to wait week to week to break week to week to finish that flashback. I can't imagine. Alright, before I end this video, I just want to address the elephant in the room, and that is the unfinished chapter 1098. Yes, apparently Oda isn't feeling great, or it was just too much work for him to handle, and I just don't know why this is going on. Why is Shonen Jump letting this happen? Oda is their golden goose. Like, right now, One Piece is the #1 in their manga series, like weekly manga series, or bi-weekly, whatever you want to call it now. Why doesn't he have all of the assistants? Why doesn't he have all the extra artists to help him finish these chapters? He should only be dealing with character models at this point. He should be drawing the characters, and he should have people be drawing the back. But now he can't finish a chapter just because it was the third week? Like, he should have an entire army. He should have an entire tower of artists and storyboarders, people who could help him with his chapters so he can have these out week to week. I really wish Oda was able to finish the chapter. I'm sure he's going to fix it before the chapter is released in manga volume form, but still, it's just sad. Especially in this really sad, depressing arc, or flashback right now that we're currently in. To see Oda not able to finish a chapter is so reminiscent of what happened to the author of Hunter x Hunter / Yu Yu Hakusho. At a certain point, the art just gets worse and worse, and Oda just had eye surgery, so we expected the absolute best. But I mean, if you look at pre-time skip art in One Piece, it's so much better. And I wonder if it's because Oda has to cram so much into 15 pages instead of having 20 pages. And all the time in the world, he's got so many characters, so much lore to fit into every chapter, so much to remember, so many characters to provide us, and backstories and storylines to lock up. I can understand why he was like, get Eustace, Kid, and Killer off the fucking chessboard. I can't afford to think about anybody but the main players of this story right now. I get it. Oda, I'm here for you. Take a break. Like a real one. Not one where you're dealing with One Piece live action shit. No, just take a month. Take 2, take 3 months off and really relax. Don't think about One Piece for a while. Really take a break. You've done enough, my friend. You've done enough. The Goda deserves a true break with his family, his children, his wife, and then come back and just drop straight fire on those pages of manga, of Shonen Jump, baby. This is More Fanime. Don't forget to comment down below. What did you think of chapter 1098? We're so close to 1100. Next week's a break week, so here's to that. I'll talk to you later.